Welcome back, everyone. I'm Matt. He's Andy.
Actually,
That
you're
sounds
Andy
right.
and I'm Matt.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2.
Matt and Andy with.
Andy and Matt.
Welcome to Matt and Andy with Andy and Matt.
As always, I'm Matt and he's Andy, and this is our second ever Pop Culture Panic. But first,
We only did one before, is the point.
I want to mention Hibyrd Productions.
Yes, Hibyrd Productions. We also need to shout out to our other two currently running podcasts. Let's Make Matt Try Something Gross and Glenn as well.
It's called Let's Try Something New, and it features myself and Glenn trying new things, as well as the gas station.
Trappin' and Cannabis.
Is that right?
Yeah, Trappin' and Cannabis by our two friends T-Money and White T-Shirt.
I see.
We're also pretty much wherever podcasts are provided, Spotify, Apple iTunes.
YouTube.
We got that FetLife profile for Matt up, still running strong.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Is there any information on it?
You got a lot of likes, but not from a lot of people you want to have done it.
You know
You
what?
can't ever get the login info.
But at least I'm popular.
Yeah, no, you know for sure on a lot of weird forums.
Oh, that's so cool.
Do you like Indian men?
Do you not?
I don't really have an answer for that one. I've never thought about it before.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we're also on all the social media pages. Matt, you know those more than I do. I'm not paying attention.
Things like Twitter.
Yeah, that's one.
We have a Patreon, actually.
Still working on that.
Are we?
Yeah, it's in our possession, but we haven't colored in the lines yet. Paint by numbers are hard, Matt. It takes me a while.
I have trouble reading, so
Yeah,
I would be able to deal with those because those are numbers and colors.
Yeah. Outside of that, Facebook, Instagram. I believe we're also running the Snapchat and maybe eventually a TikTok.
We on Snapchat now?
Hybrid Productions is on Snapchat, but we're definitely gonna get Matt a TikTok where it's just gonna be me taking candid videos of him without him seeing me. So get ready for that content.
That sounds terrifying.
Anyway, so into our episode, the second pop culture panic ever. We're doing if everybody suddenly got superpowers, but not the one that I want.
Well, yeah, because yours is. It makes me. We're not going to talk about that.
I want to talk about it. It's
bring it up.
You know what my superpower is? I want cheat codes for life. That's what my superpower is. Matt says this doesn't count, so this won't be the one I talk about today. But my choice of superpower is the power of instant gratification.
Okay.
Because I can have whatever I want immediately, and that's the dankest power ever.
Okay.
Like I could wish Hitler didn't exist. That might be my first thing.
Really?
Yeah, we'll see how far Disney gets without that influence.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
This podcast episode is our last podcast episode. I'm sorry, everyone.
Are you? Are you really?
No, I'm tired.
Okay, what power are you actually going to go with?
I guess what I would call it would be like a burst of strength, but I like everything to have a condition behind it, so it's not just like, hey, you're super strong and kind of invulnerable. It's like, I'm only super strong and kind of invulnerable when I'm in danger or if someone else is in danger, but like, I'm just an average dude the rest of the time. So, like, I get paper cuts and, like, break my fucking toe on a bedside door.
I really like the limitation factor. If you remember Colossus,
yeah.
he wasn't super strong.
No,
so he had to
metal.
beef up, or when he turned metal, he would just fall on the ground.
Right, which is hilarious to me. Do you think when he gets a boner, you hear a little tink?
I try not to think about it.
He's smooth down there like a Ken doll?
Is it a metaller?
Oh man, it might be. What is he made out of?
Probably not something we should talk about.
Yeah, no. Back to what we were talking about before.
If I could, I would want it to be random. But if I could choose, I would think something like teleporting would be really cool.
Yeah.
It would be super useful. It would be. I can't see a reason not to pick it.
I mean, unless you want Sam Jackson to come after you at some point because you're defying the will of Christ.
I will fight him. I will fight him. I'll find a giant shark. He won't stand a chance.
Exactly. He just, I don't want to get into the movie Jumper again. So like, where would you teleport?
Pretty much wherever I wanted.
What's the first spot? Hey, Matt, you could teleport now. Where are you going? Right now.
Right now, I would probably want to. Damn, I hadn't thought about that.
Ooh,
it would just be around.
What do you're just like, I'm just gonna boot like 2 feet to the left. All right, I'm satisfied.
Like here or there, or I would probably step in on certain friends of mine and be like, "Yo, what up?"
I feel like you would like pop in without announcing yourself and accidentally walk in on a lot of situations that you shouldn't be there for.
You're probably right, because that is a curse of mine.
Oh, for sure.
But at the same time, I think it would be, if everyone had powers, I think it would be a lot more hilarious, in a sense.
Oh, I mean, I feel like it'd be more hilarious because, let's say, with my chosen ability, you pop up on me and I get scared, my brain thinks danger, and then you get punched through the ceiling by accident. Comical, but awful.
Yes, but the comical part would make it okay.
Yeah, but the broken jaw might really dissuade you from doing it twice.
I'm sure I could find a healer at that point.
Yeah, I know.
If everyone has powers, there's got to be somebody
I'm sure there's
who can
someone
help me
who's just a
out.
cleric somewhere, like that's their power, and they have healing hands.
It would be really nice.
So I kind of want to go into like what the major effects of this would be, and the first thing I think we have to talk about here is like
Law enforcement.
well, not even necessarily just law enforcement. So like
School.
Earth. No. Hear me out. Let me finish this thought. Earth, right? Shitty place, kind of overall. People are terrible. Wars all the time. People are kidnapping, eating children, shooting. Just awful, bad place, right?
Yeah.
So imagine that like. It's not going to be like selective.
There are good things too.
No,
but
for
go
sure.
on.
But like, not just the people who are pure of heart are going to get like superpowers.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be like that kind of selective. So now you have like a bunch of assholes who can suddenly like shoot fire, or like control people's brains, or like turn their hands into like swords.
That would be cool.
I think like the first immediate thing is like, what kind of new power structure do we have? Like, does the government immediately start like scooping up heroes and training them to be killers and like controlling that way, or does everything devolve into like chaos level anarchy and just like the strongest superhero is the one that's in charge now, or the strongest villain, and it becomes like you ever see Into the Badlands?
No.
That basically there was like a post-apocalyptic kung fu world where it was like multiple barons that controlled like specific sections and areas where they produced something. Like the main guy, they had poppy fields where they produced opium. And then, like, another one, like, controlled oil fields, and another one controlled, like, an electrical plant, and then another one controlled, like, farms and stuff. So, like, kind of just, like, Mad Max meets, like, Shaolin Kung Fu Hustle.
I see. I could see that. I feel like things would definitely devolve into chaos almost immediately until some sort of structure would form based on people who thought that a structure needed to be enacted and their ability to enforce such a structure. If they amassed followers, if they were powerful enough on their own to not need followers, these would all be factors. I kind of feel like it would devolve into like something akin to Naruto, where there's different, like you said, there's different barons almost. There's different portions of the world where they're all divided, but they're all subdivided because this one guy has enough power to control all this other.
Okay, so like basically, because I'm gonna point this out to you too, and like the extent of like jumping from like Into the Badlands, which is like I think mostly the state of Wyoming. I don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but they're like in one place pretty much for like the majority of the series. Whereas like
I feel like this would be the entire world.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is like Naruto would be like the 5 great nations, right? So you have like the village hidden in the leaves, the mist, the rain, the snow, the sleet, the funk, and the boogie woogie oogie. But so like in your idea it would just basically be like America versus like everyone else, Canada versus everyone else, you know, just like you now wherever you were when this happened, if you got superpowers, now you work for them.
Pretty much.
Like
I feel like that's what would happen.
The United States government would scoop up every single person who had powers, even if it was like a lame one, like what is that? The superhero high school with the kid who melts. He's basically just a human popsicle.
Sky High.
Yeah, the glowing kid, the girl who turns only into a guinea pig, and then like the one girl with the plant stuff that was super cool and useful later, but like immediately was not. Like a whole bunch of people like that. What do you do with them? They're like they're service staff.
That's terrible.
Dude, everybody's got to play a part in America's superpowered fascist Nazi regime.
Melt man with the power to melt. Yeah.
I mean,
I'd watch that.
Yeah, right.
For at least 15-minute episodes.
yeah, right. Just like real quick, and it's just about him melting into like different things. I'm in a Tupperware, and now I'm in an ice cream cone. I'm in a shoe.
That would be weird.
So
you put your foot into a shoe.
yeah, and then you melt into the shoe.
Oh.
And then you are the shoe. And then you reach enlightenment, and you free yourself from the tether of your mortal coil.
That got dark and then spiritual and then like redeeming all in like the matter of like 2 sentences.
I'm really trying to capture the heart and soul of our audience.
The heart and soul.
The heart and soul, because
Might
if you
need
don't
that.
have both, you don't got the complete package, man. You can't order something from Amazon and then not have batteries to put in it. You know, it's like the worst Christmas ever. I didn't get to use that vibrator for weeks.
My sincerest condolences.
What kind of Christmas was that?
It was not a Christmas.
Exactly. I had no good vibes all Christmas.
You really set that up, didn't you?
I was working real hard on it, and I felt it was a little pushed, but I'm glad you liked it. Anyway, so your thought process is that it would be just like individual countries versus individual countries and whatever kind of like normal allyship. Basically how the world works now, but with superheroes.
Kind of.
So basically, like, I mean, everybody and their mother, and you included, have watched at least like 10 episodes of My Hero Academia.
I've seen bits and pieces.
So it's kind of like that concept where like people suddenly develop what's called like a quirk, and that's like the superpower, and they all have something different. And some of them aren't like super useful. Some of them are just like, I can make like really good ice cream out of my hand. Here you go, shloop, and it's like an ice cream cone.
That's
some
cool.
guys just have like.
I would be friends with that guy.
Oh, dude. Okay, one of my favorite superheroes is called Best Jeanist, and he has a power to control denim.
What?
Yeah, dude, wildest, cool. He is the best at what he does, and what he does is jeans. He's just covered in like head to toe, like to denim. You see like the top of his bowl cut, eyeballs and nose, and then denim.
Really?
But he is the king of denim.
Master Genist.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, dude, it's great. One of my other favorite ones is Mount Lady. She just turns into a giant woman.
A giant woman.
Yeah, that's it. That's her superpower. And like, it's really funny because you know how anime is always a little fan servicey. Whenever she turns into a giant woman, there's like a group of man fanboys who are like, "Oh my god, so thick." And she's just like, "I'm clumsy and big. Smoosh. Oh, I crushed this thing with my butt." Now you get a close up of giant mountain lady ass.
I see.
You know what I think would probably be like one of the cooler superpowers, but like one of the most horrible ones is the shape-shifting abilities like Mystique.
I think that would be terrifying. That
Oh,
terrifies the fuck out of me. It really does.
Actually, can I change my superpower?
You would want something like that?
Yo, you know how much I would fuck with people?
Probably a lot.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god, it would be me. It would be me.
It would always be you.
I
would
my
be like
god.
30 different people you knew, and you would never have an idea who. You're just like, I never had them all over at the same time. They're always busy somehow. Like you try to throw a party and one of the 30 people shows up, and
It's
one
you.
of them isn't me. No, it's someone else.
Oh my god. I'd be like, wow, Andy's not here.
Yeah, I'd just be like, sorry, man, I gotta work, and then I'd show up as this guy, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna come later, and then I would leave and come back. Why does all 30 of these people I know drive a blue Honda Civic? You just never catch on.
I might not.
So outside of like the obvious of like, what do you think new like jobs would be created in a superhero filled world? And not like the obvious ones, not like support staff for a hero agency or even a hero agency or like the military division of superpowered individuals, because they wouldn't just say
Or
something simple.
like a superpower registry department.
Yeah,
or
like
something
not the
like that.
obvious stuff that you would like think that would come to mind, like services and other nonsense you already know is going to exist. But I mean, like there's like a dude who shoots fire out of his hands, and now you go to this like fire superhero themed restaurant where they just make crepes.
I think that there would be an absolute market for dry cleaned capes.
I mean, I feel you for sure. I don't think capes are ever a good idea.
You're in Edna mode. aren't you?
Yeah, well, honestly, man, I mean, like, I always thought capes were kind of bullshit.
Oh man!
And
Ever
then, like,
since
I saw
Batman.
that movie, and I was
Batman.
like, yo, capes are bullshit. Edna Mode said it right. Like,
No.
dude, the first time when the guy was like, yep, getting sucked into a wind turbine, I was like, yeah, that's the only reason I need not to wear a cape or fly near a jet turbine. Turbine?
Turbine.
Yeah, I know what I said.
A turbine.
Yeah, turbine.
A turban
Why you
is
say
you wear
turbine?
on your head.
I said turbine.
Yes.
Yeah, why are you saying turbine?
Why?
Stay on track,
what are you
Matt.
saving?
Focus. That should be your superpower.
Focus.
Yeah, focus.
I could
You
focus.
could cure cancer in an afternoon. You just gotta think really hard about the cancer.
All right, I focused on something.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So yeah, what kind of jobs do you think you would see?
I think there would be, like I said, there would be a market for dry clean capes. There would absolutely have to be some kind of like sidekick department store where you could pick them up like three at a time.
Sidekick department store, just like a pack of Mortys. You buy 3 little dudes. You buy 3 Robins or 3 Dekus.
I think that it would work.
They're just like in like a foil package. Like, I haven't been fed in weeks. Like, one of them is dead. They're all dressed the same, but they don't look alike.
I
It's
think
the
that
bargain bin.
It is the bargain.
Yeah, you
bin.
got to get them fresh. from the cryo
So we've got capes, we've got sidekicks. We'd probably have to have like some kind of utility belt store.
I would think you would need like some kind of advanced physical therapy centers for heroes.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying, and like advanced surgery suites too, because like they're superheroes,
They'd
right?
have to-
They're not invulnerable automatically. Like one of them gets melted with acid, they're gonna need to go to a doctor.
I think that they're definitely gonna be like super hospitals.
Yo, do you think like this? Okay, so like in My Hero Academia, there's like a super nurse, and she like just kisses you and you heal, right? But
That's
it like
awesome.
all it does is accelerate your healing process, so it actually like takes a lot out of you to do it, and it can't always fix everything. But do you think there would be like just like, I'm a super doctor, I see normal people too, and you're like, I have lymphoma, and she just like flicks you in the face and you're cured?
I feel like that's a thing.
Yeah,
That-
like
that would have to be a thing.
she just charges $10,000 a smack.
Who are we to discriminate?
Yeah, right. I'll take superhero healing. I got a lot of shit I need.
$10,000 a smack.
Bro, if I get smacked once for 10 grand and I'm fine forever, yo, best 10 grand I ever spent. That's cheap. That's cheap, bro. That's medicine.
It's like, can I choose where you smack me?
No, she just cock shots everyone.
Oh.
So her whole shtick is like she's trying to distract you because you got to be caught on surprise. And she's like, "Do you know what the capital of Thailand is?" And someone goes Bangkok, and then she just sack taps you, and then you're good forever.
So it doesn't hurt.
No, it hurts. It definitely hurts.
Then I'm not good.
You're good after that.
I'm good
It's got a
after
2-minute start time. Yeah, you have to feel the groin pain.
Oh, the groin. The
Yeah.
growing.
Well, because
pain.
I imagine she would also sack tap ladies. You know, just pop them. I can't imagine that feels good to get whapped in the clam. Thank God we don't have an HR department.
Leave a comment and let us know.
Yeah, please do. I'm going to be the most hated person on the internet, right next to Joe Rogan.
We'll see. We'll see. I think that there would be there would be so many. There'd definitely be a rise in super villainy, but then there'd be a rise in heroism and vigilanteism,
Which is always happens.
It does happen. So I think there'd just be a lot more deaths. Things would be a lot more violent all the time. Because the guy who can suddenly fly isn't gonna care, isn't gonna realize that not everybody else can. When he's like, I got the bad guy, and he drops him.
And then it's like, he's like, why isn't he flying? Do you see anyone else flying, man? The guy with wings? You know, that's another thing too. Like
the guy with wings can't fly.
No. So you know what I'm saying is the guy with wings is like, why can't everyone else fly, but yet is the only person around with wings? And I feel like that's another thing too. So like in my head, like it's not just like magic just gives us superpowers or something or whatever. To me, it would be like some kind of like evolutionary DNA snap where we just accelerate. Yeah. So like. You have to like grow to it, right? Like you wouldn't be able to fly unless you had wings, right?
Well,
you wouldn't be able to breathe underwater unless you had gills.
What if you were a telekinetic? Would you be able to fly that way?
I don't think that's considered flying. I think that's considered using telepathy to move you because
telekinesis.
Whatever, same difference. You said telepathy.
No.
You did.
No.
Roll the tape. Whatever. I don't think that's considered flying. I think that's considered lifting with style.
Lifting with style.
The opposite of what Buzz Lightyear does.
Do you think that people with telepathy would be able to tap into the powers of other people?
I feel like telepathy is just like a mind reading thing, and like, what would they even do? Just like poke a nerve, and then the guy shoots fire out of his finger by accident. I don't get to keep it.
Well, whatever is allowing you to do this, your brain is telling you how you can do that. So if they can get into your brain and find out how, in D&D, the telepaths can tap them and steal another psychic's power.
I mean, yeah, I would say like a similar ability, sure, but I don't think like they could steal like someone who could shoot fire. I don't think they'd be able to get that ability because I feel like that's like, in my head, the way it happens. In my head, the way it happens, it's going to be like a molecular change. So some people are going to like evolve differently.
Okay.
And people who don't evolve down that same path can't take the same like abilities. It's like a skill tree. You know what I mean? You know, if you're evolving down your psychic tree, you're not evolving down your fire tree at the same time.
So it'd be a lot more logical for a telepath to take control of someone and cast and use their power through them instead of using their power like as
I don't know, man.
Telepath.
I'm not big.
I could see either way.
I'm not big into one of like controlling people. You know, I wouldn't want to impose my will upon another human being unless they were trying to impose their will upon me. That's just me.
I see.
I mean, I guess you could be like that kind of guy who overtakes bodies, basically just a brain bender.
I am honestly I would be very weary of people trying to take control of my mind in such a situation. I would be terrified that it would happen every minute of every day. If I could do the teleporting thing, I would teleport too many times for anyone with telepathy to get a good read on me.
What happened to Matt? He just got freaked out and never stopped jumping.
Ever.
He hopes that every jump is the last jump home.
That's leap. That's leap.
Yeah, well, for you, it's jump, asshole.
Oh, well, thanks.
You know, but the thing in my head is, like, why would you care? Why would you think that anybody wants to, like, take over? Like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a nobody. Like, why would I need to worry someone's going to take over my brain? What do I have? What are you going to do with me? You know? Like, oh, hello. Our producers are nice and they bring us gifts. And
sometimes.
It's usually in the form of ground up plant matter. But yeah, like that's my thought process. I'm like, well, fucking who am I? You know?
Who are you? You are someone who could be useful. You are possibly a pawn.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
patsy,
what am I involved with where anybody like of any like depth or necessity is going to be like, hey, that guy who goes to work and then goes to sleep is going to be my ticket into whatever X thing I'm trying to do. That doesn't make any sense. I barely leave the house.
You could be the perfect patsy. You could be the perfect patsy, and no one would know.
I guess it would depend on my power. You know,
yes,
as well. I guess I would want something like not as useful. Like I can fold perfect paper airplanes every time. Do you think there'd be stupid powers like that? Like can eat 10 dumplings in one sitting, no matter what?
I think there would absolutely be ridiculous powers like that, and I wouldn't. I'm sure that whoever it was wouldn't find, like, if they could make perfect paper airplanes, I bet it would evolve into something. If they worked on that, it would evolve into something. Like
it's a helicopter?
No.
Yes, no, that's exactly what I want.
Like, it would evolve into something like, did you ever see the movie Read or Die?
No.
The Agent Paper. She could do all kinds of ridiculous things just with paper. She could cut things open or make it stick to you.
Like, what's the cone from, Naruto, the purple-haired girl?
Not really.
You didn't watch Shippuden, yeah, you don't know. She could control paper.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Here's another thing. I just thought about this. Do you think there'd be, like, professional superhero fighting?
Yes.
Like a sport, like MMA, where they just beat each other to near death in a big ring?
I think that would probably be one of the biggest revenue generators, like something akin to WWE. There would be a fake one, and there would be a real one. Yeah. And the fake one would be so much more theatrical.
Dude,
can you imagine?
Can you imagine like Macho Man Randy Savage if he could shoot lasers out of his eyes, screaming, "Oh yeah!"
Oh yeah!
Hulk Hogan comes out and like punches and stars fly out of his fist, brother.
America.
Yeah. Like The Undertaker, if he touches you, you die. the most powerful wrestler.
That's terrifying.
You just start seeing like Hulk Hogan in different colors.
No, The Undertaker can summon coffins.
Yes, that he flings at you. That's his weapon.
That when he chokes, when he picks you up by the neck,
puts you in a coffin.
There's the coffin, and he just throws you inside it.
Yep, and then the coffin sinks in the floor, and you go to the underworld.
Oh, that's
truly
terrifying.
The most terrifying powered person on the planet. Yo, okay, so hear me out. What if
I think the most terrifying would be their manager, the chairman. Just be you go to fight him, and
he just has chairs.
He's the chairman.
He's
he has
chairman.
chairs.
He just has chairs. That's his superpower. He just makes chairs.
Imagine an avalanche of chairs.
I mean,
it would hurt.
It would hurt for sure, but I don't think that's like super. I mean, unless he like just shoots like an office chair.
He just shoots them at you. Like
just different chairs every time. No, so hear me out. What if like it didn't like okay, so people are awful, right?
Yes.
What if the majority of like powered people were like, yo, we're better than people without powers, and like the world split into two sides, like one side all super powered, and then they're subservient human slaves that they don't murder, I'm assuming, and then like the side that's like no equality, and it's like good-esque superheroes with like regular people just getting their shit rocked.
Oh man.
Because like honestly, what is gonna happen in that fight where you have like not as many superheroes and a lot of like regular dudes who barely know how to shoot?
The regular dudes are gonna probably start getting smart. They're gonna be like, okay, we've got to do something. So they probably wouldn't fight fair.
I mean, probably not, but I mean, still, like, just like you see like 5 heroes struggling to fight off like 30 villains and all these like vigilante military-esque normal people just getting wiped off the map.
Oh man, there would be lots of death. I am certain of it. If everyone woke up with superpowers one day, there would be lots of death.
Mass murder right away. You know what, too? I like, alright, so like when you see like, even an anime like Marvel, DC, like any kind of thing where there's superheroes, except for Amazon is The Boys, because that one's a little bit more like aggressive. In the real world, I think people would kill people so much more like ridiculously harsh and like aggressive and terrifying. Like, you know how like superheroes are like, we're not going to kill the villain. No. Every villain's getting murdered and like viciously ripped apart. Because who's going to stop Superman from ripping off someone's head if
he wanted to?
Right? Like, oh, hey, you can't do that because we said it's illegal, and he's just like, do something. You know? Do something. And what are you going to do? You're going to call another hero who's probably going to get their shit kicked in.
No, you call Batman. Batman will stop that shit right away.
I mean, Batman's superpower was being rich. Jeff Bezos would be the new Batman.
Okay, but he would get the job done.
Probably no. I feel like Jeff Bezos would be the anti-Batman. Elon Musk would be Batman.
You think Elon Musk would be Batman?
I think Elon Musk is either okay. So yeah, now I want to talk about what like people I think would have powers. I think Elon Musk would have like he wouldn't get a power that would physically change or make him any more stronger or anything, but it would just like super advance his brain to where his like superpower he was like a tech superhero where he's like, oh yeah, I figured out time travel, boop, and he just like goes back and make sure Rosa Parks doesn't go to jail for sitting on the bus. You know? He just goes around doing a lot of good shit, correcting the timeline. Maybe he stops the Library of Alexandria from burning down. Maybe, you know, puts the kibosh on the Spanish Inquisition. He would just go back in time further and further with his Elon Musk flamethrower, and it would seem more and more terrifying the further he went back.
So you think he would irreparably damage the space-time continuum?
For the better, yes. I'm pretty sure he would... I think Elon Musk would make the hard sacrifice of killing baby Hitler.
He would kill baby Hitler.
Because, well, think about it, man. Like, it's Hitler, but it's also a baby. And it hasn't done anything yet, but it's gonna. Like, imagine how hard it would be to just, like, strangle a baby. Even though you know, like, you're gonna kill a lot of people. You're just like, I gotta kill this kid. That's not easy. Elon Musk, though, he would make that sin for us. He would sacrifice.
So you think Elon Musk would murder baby Hitler?
I think Elon Musk
to save the Jews.
I think Elon Musk is the next like symbol of peace. He's gonna be America's hero, whether we want him to or not. Because he's gonna be that hero, man. He's gonna be the hero who's a hero for no other point than being a hero.
That's pretty cool.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the kind of hero that I would want.
That's the kind of hero I would want to be. Elon Musk. You know what? Elon Musk would have the first hero agency. Like right away, he'd be like, "I've seen My Hero Academia. I know what to do," and he just turns into a rat. He just turns into the rat principal.
That's terrible.
No, it's great. He's a little rat man now. He's super cute. Oh man. Okay, so some famous celebrities. Let's not pick like obvious ones either. Like Jason Statham and all the action heroes.
I want to say that Will Smith would be able to clone himself.
I would not be upset with that. How many Will Smiths is too many Will Smiths? Yo, a whole Nutty Professor, but it's just Will Smith.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Eddie Murphy, you've literally lost your entire niche of movies of playing 8 characters at once.
What do you think Eddie Murphy's power would be?
I feel like Eddie Murphy's power would be like something odd. I feel like it'd be something kind of psychological. I feel like he could maybe like crush your brain somehow with his wit, with his snappy retorts. He'd be like a bard. He'd use power. He'd only know power word kill though. That's his superpower. He just makes fun. He just roasts you until you die.
That's terrible.
And it's always in a purple suit with a microphone that's not attached to anything.
But he still roasts you.
Yeah, when he's roasting you,
microphone.
volume goes up for sure, bro. Like, it's up there, so people in the back can hear you get roasted. I think Michael Cera's ability would just to always be high on cocaine.
I feel like that's a strange ass power.
He's just productively cocaine high at all times. From all the cocaine he's done in his life.
I think Marvel actually did have a superhero named White Flame, and he did cocaine. He got his power from doing cocaine and lighting himself on fire.
Bro, that's the most metal shit I have ever heard. Can you imagine? So like, one of our more musical companions, T Money and
might have been like White Snow.
White Snow. It's gonna be some kind of white product, but. T Money and the K Dog, I feel like they would just be able to play slapping riffs on instruments, and the notes would come out and just bap the shit out of people. Power ballads, and like a wave shoots out, and you just get knocked off of your feet.
I could see that. Like a bard.
Yeah, like a bard, just like way more aggressive and like folk metally.
Folk metally.
Yeah, like you've seen Metalocalypse, right?
Yeah.
Just that, but our friends instead. But like they start playing guitars and like. Storms summon and like mountains crack open. There's a giant troll in the background. They're just playing a riff to cook an egg. It's always super dramatic for no reason. Apparently, it's flair.
Like I just wanted to cook the egg. Why is there a troll here?
Right. I would love.
You don't realize they're actually singing. Like it's part of the song.
Awaken. You know what I really like to see too, like the Swiss Army man of superheroes. He's got like. Just attachments. He can just like switch out his arm, like a whisk, a pizza cutter, a spatula.
You mean Mega Man?
Yeah,
pretty much.
But like
right?
for the kitchen, so he's like a super chef. He's super chef.
There's you were asking about professions that would pop up, probably something akin to an automail salesman or like a prosthetic modifier.
Dude,
because how many people do you think would be robots?
Yo, what I'm even thinking of is like how many people would like be losing limbs and shit after fighting. Like there'd be so many like it'd be like Vietnam vets but 10 times worse.
Vietnam vets,
bro.
Depending on the powers that are handed out.
I feel like everything gets brutal, no matter what. They'll figure out a way. If it has mild combat efficiency, they'll figure out how to hurt you the most with it. I honestly. Would be looking out for Canada because a lot of people don't think about this, but Canada has never lost a war they've been involved in. They have.
Have we?
Yes, Vietnam, like the biggest example. I'm not going to mention the others because the government might be listening, but Vietnam is in the textbooks at high school that say we done fucked up.
Okay, that's fair.
We should never have gone in, but we did, and the veterans are mad. Lieutenant Dan. Not everyone got new metal legs, Matt. A lot of people didn't get new metal legs or a hot Vietnamese wife.
I want a hot Vietnamese wife.
I'm pretty sure you can buy one on the internet.
I would treat her amazingly.
300 American.
300.
And you can get all the weird noodles you like,
I gotta go.
Quick, Matt. Pull up your browsing history.
Oh man. Okay. What's the website?
I was just joking.
www.ineedavietnamesewife.com .org.net.edu .gov.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Just a little. I mean, Matt, if you really want, after we get off this podcast, I'll introduce you to the dark web and we'll go buy you a wife.
I may take you up on that.
There's like a catalog, bro. It's like a Victoria's Secret of beautiful Asian women who just want a white husband in America. You just have to get married.
I'm a white man in America.
And you could get married, and then you'll have like a cute little white Asian baby.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
What about that? What, you don't want like a cute little kid running around be like, yeah, Dad, I love you, and he kicks you in the nuts while he goes, hey-ya, and then runs away, you know?
That sounds like my kid.
That does sound like your kid. Your kid would be like your dogs, very loud, annoying, and then gone. Like all of a sudden, they just come in and out, they're gone.
Are my dogs gone?
Yeah, they left. Like, you ever see the movie Homeward Bound?
I love that movie.
Yeah, they're going nowhere bound. They're out. They just were like Adventure Time. Your dogs are like the Hobbit.
I'm gonna need to find somebody whose power it was to bring dogs back.
Can't speak to animals. Do you think so like you've said, you've only seen a few episodes of like My Hero Academia, but a lot of the quirks modify their like physical features. So like one of the superheroes is called Boss Orca, I believe.
Okay.
And he's just a big whale in a fucking gangster's pinstripe business suit.
Okay.
There's also a guy who controls like a dark shadow hawk creature that he has the head of like a black bird. And then there's like this girl who has like frog powers and frog-like features because of such. There's one kid who has like, he grows like what are purple sticky balls out of his head, and he rips them off and chucks them at people, and they stick to them. So he can like immobilize people.
That's weird.
So do you think like people would like get those animalistic features, and then we'd have like a whole new subcategory fetish of like bestiality porn?
Absolutely.
For sure.
There would be so much of it.
Do you think furry conventions would be a lot more interesting?
Absolutely.
Because like I remember too, like in a couple of the filler episodes, there was like a lot of cat girl women, and I was like, wow, yeah, they got everything in here, you know. Some of the odd superpowers that I like to think about. That like for instance like phase shifting through things.
Okay.
So like you can like pass through walls or through floors. I wonder what kind of like what that feels like
It would
to be in something like that. What if you like come back solid when you're in it?
I would assume it would have something. It would have a similar feeling like when you pass your hand through a pool of water, just that surface, the breaking of the surface tension when you pass it through, just that one, when you pass that line, that's what I would assume it feels like.
Yeah, okay, I could vibe with that.
What was your other question?
What do you think would happen to religion? Do you think it would stick around, or do you think people would be like so like turned on their heads that like now people have like these godlike powers, like nothing makes sense, and like all forms of like structured monolithic
I think that every religion out there would seize on it as an opportunity to be like, look what you've been given.
Christ, man.
This is a gift. Do not waste it. Do not squander it. Further the teachings of whoever the fuck it is that you worship, or else.
Jesus gave this. Do you think how funny would it be if a guy came back and could turn water into wine? Wasn't Jesus, but everybody thought he was. And then Jesus comes back and is like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me right now? And the guy's like, I've been telling them the whole time, Jesus, and they don't want to listen. And he goes, don't worry, Frank, you're going to heaven. And then he shoots him with a lightning bolt because Jesus don't play games.
Oh, shit.
Have you read the Bible, bro? It's very, very aggressive.
That sounds like really fucking aggressive.
Oh,
like, damn.
For sure. Biblical proportions.
Okay, so I noticed that you didn't pick up anything like psychological as a power.
I mean, I can't really think of like too many things because I'm not really like, I'm more of a physical person and aspects and stuff like that. Like the only thing I would think is like genjutsu from Naruto.
I would think a lot of people would step up with the whole illusion thing.
I mean, doesn't the morph body thing like Mystique count as kind of like a mind fuck? Because you're kind of mind fucking anyone you come into contact with.
It is absolutely, I would say.
I'm gonna yawn one more time. I'm gonna use my superpower to punch you right in the uvula.
Please don't punch me in the uvula. I use it for things.
Like what?
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would like to think that illusionists, like when I say illusionist, I would say someone who disguises not just people, not just themselves, but other things around them.
Oh, kind of like prestidigitation, so you could like make a turd look like a saxophone or something.
More like mirage terrain, where you could make a broken bridge look completely safe to traverse.
I mean, true that, and that would really fuck with people. Oh, you know what would be a really cool power? What if, like, someone who is an artist, like, whatever they create on the paper is, like, a pocket dimension?
A pocket dimension.
So like you'd be able to like go into that painting, and it's like a pocket space in the universe that you can visit, and it's just like whatever the painting is, nothing can come in or out of it or be changed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, did I ever show you that music video, "Shelter" by Porter Robinson with the little anime girl with the pink hair?
I don't think so.
I have to show you that. So basically what happens is there's like some like nuclear catastrophe that basically is destroying the entire world, and the dad's like an astrophysicist, rocket scientist, and was like, I don't want my daughter to get murdered, and he builds a rocket and like this big virtual space where she's plugged into so he can like keep her like alive and living without like getting destroyed by the planet. Shoots her off into space, and she's stuck in this like solo place like forever. What essentially she believes, but she can like modify everything because it's a computer program, so she can like make water and trees and mountains and like these crazy things.
That's pretty cool.
Like, what if there was a power like that where someone like had the ability to create that within a space or create that within the world?
What, mountains and trees?
Well, like they just draw something, and like their special power is to make it come to to life.
like Scribblenauts.
Kind of like Scribblenauts, but like more to like an artistic ability. Like it would be like something amazing that would be brought into the world, like new levels of art that we've never experienced because there was never like this ability to make like these 2D crazy things that couldn't exist in a real sense, but like whatever they draw comes to life. You know, like someone draws giant like air whales, you know, and now suddenly we've got giant humpbacks flying in the sky. And yeah, we just have to accept that, and like airports have to plan traffic patterns around giant space whales that float in the sky.
That's crazy to think about.
Giant jellyfish just hooping around. That would actually be pretty cool. I would like if I looked up on like a night and there was just a jellyfish glowing in the fucking darkness of the sky. That'd be pretty dank.
It'd be terrifying.
Can you imagine like you're sitting in like your backyard and all of a sudden a fucking space whale just goes over and just screaming because you had no idea that was gonna happen?
I would have to check the drugs I was on because a whale just sailed past me in the sky. I would really think that I was on something great.
I mean, life in this new superpowered world.
Well, yeah, but I honestly I think that the introduction of these powers would destroy any kind of cohesive society. Because a lot of them, thanks to there's a pandemic going right now.
Pandemic.
Because of that, people are more divided than ever, and I think that this would breed more chaos, and that would breed more like contempt for your fellow man, and that would be a problem.
Do you think superheroes would be able to get COVID-19?
I think that I'm sure there's always that one superhero who can't get diseases. So
I mean that, but like, so if it's like a change in your molecular structure to give you the ability to manifest these powers, do you think like that change on that molecular level makes your DNA different to where you can't like adopt the same diseases as that?
Quite possible.
Yeah, because I mean like it's not just even like, you know, it's still a humanoid, but it is like upgrading itself like through years of evolution. In essence, I would assume, and I would think at that point we'd get some kind of like major immunity to most viruses and germy little monster.
Well, that would depend on how fast we got vaccines out, right?
I mean, I guess it would depend on how fast we got vaccines out, or it would depend on like how far along the evolutionary tree went to give us like the ability to shoot fire and ice out of our ass.
Well, I mean, just because there are people that are diehard about their field, about their professions,
For sure.
But there's always that person. I'm sure there would be those people, those doctors or nurses or really important people that would definitely get these powers, but they wouldn't. It's not like they would change anything. They might even be able to be incredibly more efficient, making hospitals a safe place to go.
Or it's even like, I also imagine like some powers would just be kind of like, hey, like I have this power, but I'm also a lawyer. Like not everybody who has a superpower is going to want to be like a hero. Some people are still looking to lead like a normal-esque life. So you'd see like lawyers who could like persuade people a little bit better, or like make their voice louder, or like erase evidence.
Oh man, there would be so much crime.
Dude, I think, honestly, I really think of just the way people are, because people are just majorly over not great. The world would just devolve into anarchist chaos, like Zahir wanted.
I could see that chaos. Like I said before, that chaos would take control, I feel, almost immediately, but I think that someone would rise up. There would be some kind of leading structure.
I think it'd be like clans.
Yeah, I could see it like a divide.
Like
in
daimyo
terms.
level bullshit with Bushidos and all that nonsense, but like there's like one overlord of the state.
But then like a boost in, I don't know if you would call it technology anymore, but because
What
of
would
all
you
the
call it?
powers,
What else would
there
you call
be,
it?
maybe
Super technology. We're just. I want to go to Super Denny's.
Super Denny's.
Yeah, they give you pancakes with a little cake.
Okay, so basically, the world falls into chaos.
Mm-hmm.
New leaders with a new leading structure.
Mm-hmm.
Probably new forms of law enforcement would follow.
You got
new
it.
forms of education.
For sure.
It would basically destroy the entire world and force it to rebuild itself.
I mean, but that's cool, man, because sometimes to get something to bloom, you have to lose the plant to get the seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but.
And honestly,
the human race might be the plant in such an analogy.
dude, that's fine. This timeline fucking sucks anyway. We don't got nothing cool. We got video games and the internet, but we could have had like dragons and magic and shit. But no, we get fucking COVID-19 and Donald Trump and Skechers.
Hey,
What, Dad Shoe? You gonna say something, Dad Shoe?
actually, I'm not
What do
wearing
you got, New
Skechers.
Balance on?
I do have New
That's
Balance
the other
on.
Dad Shoe. It's Skechers and New Balance.
Okay.
Or not Adidas, but the Walmart knockoff.
Reebok?
Adidas. Yeah, but no, Reebok is for like teenagers who don't wear skate shoes.
Okay.
Skechers and Reebok are for Dad. I think Adidas.
No, that'll be my superpower. That's perfect. Dad jokes.
That's not a superpower.
It
That's,
is.
If anything, that's a curse.
If I
You're
got
a
it, it would
supervillain.
make it a superpower.
You're a supervillain.
You're a supervillain.
You tell a dad joke and someone's head explodes. You don't know. No, that's your superpower. Someone's head explodes, but you never see it happen. So you never know. You just keep telling dad jokes and murdering people around the world. We think it's a phenomenon of just like, oh yeah, new people got superpowers and their heads would blow up. Sometimes it's just, nope, it's Matt telling bad dad jokes forever.
Okay, so once again, I am.
A murderer.
I'm not a villain. I am not a
I
villain.
just made you into one. You have
This
a
is-
cool backstory. You didn't expect to become a villain.
Oh my god.
You just happened to turn into one. You either live long enough to see yourself become the villain or you die a hero.
I will do neither.
We
For
bring
I
you-
am awesome.
We bring you back in time. You tell one dad joke, Hitler dies, and then
I
we
would
bring
be
you back.
awesome man.
Awesome, man.
Awesome
Is
man.
your superpower just to be awesome?
It would.
That's weak sauce.
Yeah, instant gratification is weak sauce.
Bro, tell me if I went, man, I really wish I had a dragon right now and a dragon popped up. That wouldn't be dank as hell.
Why would you want a dragon?
Why the fuck wouldn't you want a dragon?
No, what would you want it for?
To ride and to be my pal, and then I'd have a dragon companion. He could impart his dragon wisdom to me.
Okay, so you can't wish for a pal that can fly? Why not a genie?
I just wished for a dragon. I
Okay.
wished for a pal that could fly. Why can't? What do you have against dragons? Why do I gotta have a genie? I don't want Robin Williams follow me around.
I have a problem with suddenly, okay, it doesn't matter what I want, it's here right now.
Yeah, no, it matters what I want because I
Why-
get what I want. Dude. You know
Why
what?
would you want to live anymore?
You know what superpower that is? That's being Annie the orphan who got adapted by Daddy motherfucking Warbucks. You ever see that Robot Chicken skit where she's like, I want a red Ferrari with diamonds for headlights, and he's like, go ahead, I'm Daddy fucking Warbucks, try me, bitch. And then he buys her Mars, and he goes out there, and she's like, it sucks, and she takes off the helmet. Oh man, best thing in the world just to see little Clay Annie the orphan.
I don't think that money counts as a superpower.
Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Tony Stark.
Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark both did other.
They're
They didn't
super
just have money.
Their superpower is money and being smart.
Okay, being
But
smart.
separate, not superpowers. Together, superpowers. Money and intelligence. Bam. That's their superpower. There are people like that now, but they're villains. Elon Musk, smart, money, superhero. Jeff Bezos, smart, evil, supervillain. Yo, that's gonna be the spark. It's gonna be a big villain agency run by Jeff Bezos, who runs Amazon, and they'll all be Amazon themed villains. And then you'll have Elon Musk, who every superhero, no matter what their power is, has a flamethrower.
Okay, I feel, although I feel like I would be, an army of flamethrowers might be a problem.
No. They all have other powers, but they all have a flamethrower. It's like their pistol, their sidearm.
I'm sure that there would be plenty of heroes that stepped up that were immune to fire that would just be like, yeah, this means nothing.
Yeah, but Elon Musk isn't hurting regular people. He's fighting the supervillain that is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos doesn't get the flamethrowers. Elon Musk gets the flamethrowers.
You think that Jeff Bezos wouldn't find people that were immune to fire?
I mean, yeah, but like, how many people? Like, but that's their superpower. They're immune to fire. They can't do anything else. So then the superhero just like punches them to death because they have another power. The flamethrower is a side arm, Matt. It's not the main focus.
I feel like when
you get one thing.
I feel like when you have an army of people with flamethrowers, it should be a pretty main focus.
I mean, not if you have an army of superheroes with flamethrowers. The flamethrowers are the least impressive part.
Oh,
I'm
come
only
on.
giving them flamethrowers because Elon Musk's biggest thing was making flamethrowers.
How strange would it be if Captain America ran around with a flamethrower and a shield?
Dude, that'd be fucking
You mean
dope.
they're not a flamethrowers?
What?
Did someone say flamethrower?
Is there a ghost in
he's
here?
saying they're not flamethrower. They're called not a flamethrower.
They're called
They're called not a flamethrower. Yes,
Yeah.
Elon Musk's not a flamethrower.
Yes, it is not a flamethrower.
It's a Flammenwerfer, and it's
Okay.
Werf's Flammen.
So, not a flamethrower.
No, it shoots hot air.
Yes, that burns people.
Yes, it's a steam gun. Yo, a steampunk hero? Why? How would that work? I don't know.
Steam boy?
Magical gears.
Steam boy?
Yo, so hear me out too. So like speaking of like magic, and this is like the last thing I want to talk about before we get wrapped up here. At what part do you stop being a superhero and you just start being a fucking wizard?
I would be a wizard at the first opportunity.
No, but I mean like
Fine.
when does that like what is the distinction between a superhero and then you're like a wizard?
Well, a wizard could be a superhero. I guess it all just depends on what that wizard decides to do and how good or bad they are at it.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like the whole
There's a dis-
fairy tale vibe, right?
It's a distinction between what they are and what they do.
I mean, they're a wizard, but they're also a superhero.
If they were a wizard but didn't do anything, they would be no kind of hero at
Can you
all.
imagine just like a buff dude in like purple spandex covered in stars with like a pointy hat and a big fucking beard? He looks 80, but he's 22. But he's jacked. And he just goes, Alakazam! And shoots like lightning out of a star-shaped wand.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Abraca, fuck you! And then he just flies away. Excellent. And it's on nothing. Like, it's just on his beard.
That is
He
ridiculous.
uses his beard as like a skateboard.
I don't know how to respond to that. Oh, the beard is the skateboard.
Tell me that it's super cool and that you love it.
I really don't.
Wow. I've never been this insulted by you before.
Well, you're gonna have to be.
Well,
Because-
you know what, Matt? You've wounded me for the last time today, so this has been Matt and Andy with Andy and Matt has hurt my feelings.
Yes, I have, and I apologize. Thank you for joining us for Matt and Andy with Andy and Matt. As always, he's Andy and I'm Matt.
And don't forget, check us out on all our social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Matt's Fet Life is definitely up and running. Please check that out. It's IWon'tNeedADaddy.com.
YouTube, Spotify.
Apple, iTunes. Check out our Hibyrd Production pages as well on all of our social medias and our other two podcasts from our group, which is Let's Try Something New, where they force Matt and Glenn to eat terrible, sad things, and The Gas Station, which is Trap, Cannabis, and Circle K.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, accurate descriptions. Tip your waitress.
Yeah, have a good night, everybody.
Solid.